Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today for you we have a brand new 2017 Toyota SR5 Premium. We've had the car for a couple weeks now, so thought we'd give you guys a little bit of a first impressions video on it. This car was actually replaced my girlfriend's 2002 GMC Envoy, so quite the jump. There's a couple of main reasons why we picked up this car. Number one being just that winter is coming up here in Oregon.
Winter is coming.
And it usually snows quite a bit, so we definitely needed something with all-wheel drive that could handle the snow well. And of course my Mercedes C63 isn't going to handle well in the snow, and I would just be crazy to drive it in the snow anyways. So, and then another big reason being is that we live in Oregon, so there is a ton of places to hike, camp, you can go snowboarding, we have the beach. So having an off-road capable SUV like this is definitely a necessity in Oregon. We got the SR5 Premium over the TRD Pro just because the Toyota dealership told us that the TRD Pros are very, very limited. They only get in about 6 a year. So obviously they're a lot more rare than the SR5 Premium. And being that much more rare, people try to sell them for $5,000 to $10,000 over MSRP. Not a huge deal to me, so couldn't really justify paying that much more than this. Now we did get this in black, and my favorite color in these has to be the cement color. These things just look beautiful in the cement, but again, that color is for the TRD Pro versions only, and so is the sand color. And we got the SR5 Premium because we needed the leather seats. We have 2 dogs we'll be taking with us, so the leather seats are just a lot easier to clean. It's actually not real leather. Toyota calls it their soft tech, but it's a nice, beautiful two-tone black and gray. And along with the Premium, we got the sunroof, so we had to have the sunroof. I still think these cars look incredible in black. Really happy with the black, and I love the blacked out look on these. Now the TRD Pros came with the matte black wheels, which you could actually buy aftermarket, and they're only about $800 for the set, so we'll definitely be doing that for this. So let's start with performance. Powering this Toyota 4RUNNER is a 4-liter V6 engine, producing about 270 horsepower and 278 foot-pounds of torque. That is paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission. Now, it's not the most power for a big SUV like this, which is probably my biggest gripe about the car. It definitely could have a little bit more power. It's definitely not a deal breaker in my opinion, but if this thing had just a little bit more power, maybe a V8, that would make it the perfect SUV in my opinion. There's rumors that TRD could possibly be coming out with a supercharger for this, so if that does happen, I'll definitely be installing one of those. And the cool thing is about Magnuson and TRD superchargers, if you install them aftermarket, they don't void the warranty on these 4Runners, which is really awesome. So there's really no reason for me not to install a supercharger. And then regarding the exterior, I really love the styling of these brand new 4Runners. I think they just look really aggressive. I love the headlights. The headlights look really mean, and it just looks kind of robotic to me. And these 4Runners, a lot of people aren't a huge fan of the styling just because of how boxy it is, but that's actually the reason why I love these so much, just because they're so boxy and big, and I think they look really nice on the road. Regarding ride comfort, that's another complaint that people had about these, is that they said it's not the softest ride. With today so many crossovers coming out that can offer a much softer ride, this definitely isn't one of them. It is a traditional body on frame SUV, so you're not going to have the softest ride, but honestly it's just fine. I'm pretty comfortable in this, and I have no complaints about the ride quality at all. It's not the softest ride, but it's not so stiff where you're going to be breaking your back over every pothole you run over. This thing is meant for off-roading, so with that it needs to do its job and offer a somewhat decent, comfortable ride. Now regarding the interior, like I said, it has the two-tone soft tech Toyota seats. It is a Toyota, so of course it's not going to be, the interior isn't going to be as luxurious as the Mercedes, but really I have no complaints. The doors are wrapped in leather, the steering wheel is wrapped in leather, and the center console here is wrapped in leather. There are a lot of cheap plastics, of course. The dash is all plastic. Regarding the infotainment system, it's touchscreen, and it's really not that bad. Pretty easy to use, and a lot of cool features. It gives you real live traffic updates, of course, and it gives you a weather forecast as well, which is actually pretty cool. Something else that I've never seen in a car is that you can actually rewind the radio. My girlfriend was just messing with the radio one day, and she found out you could actually rewind the radio, which is kind of cool. I've never seen that in a car before. Something that's kind of weird is that when you're playing a song, Toyota actually has their like own database of pictures or something, because you'll play a song and a picture will pop up, and it won't be from your phone, from the album cover or anything. It'll just be like some random picture. So for right now, we're playing Drake, and there's like an old random picture of young Drake on there, which is kind of funny actually. Now the sound system really isn't bad either, and compared to the Mercedes C63 that has a Harman Kardon sound system, it actually has a pretty good amount of bass, more than the Harman Kardon, I'd say. It's not quite as clear, but it sounds really good. And of course, we have a backup camera. Toyota could have done a little bit better on the backup camera. Now, my biggest gripe about the infotainment system is that when you're driving, it can be a pain to use. When you're driving, it's virtually impossible to do a lot of things. You have to wait until the vehicle is fully stopped. And I know, of course, that's for safety reasons, but even when my girlfriend is sitting in the passenger seat, she can't do anything. She has to wait till the vehicle is fully stopped. Now, regarding the space inside these Toyota 4Runners, of course, it's a huge car, so you have a ton of space. Now, you can add a third row, but after looking at a model with the third row option, it's not really worth it. I believe it's somewhere around $1,000 to add the third seat, and it's only like half a seat. Whoever is sitting back there, if you put your friends back there or something, they're gonna be super uncomfortable and probably hate you the whole ride. Up here you have this massive center console. You can fit quite a bit of stuff in there. You have storage in both the doors, of course. You have a cup holder up here and another little cubby up here. So storage space in the 4Runner, you're gonna be just fine, got plenty of storage. So we paid about $38,000 for this, which was MSRP. And now we bought it brand new, because these new 4Runners, or just any 4Runner in general, really holds their value. We could have got one that was a couple years older with around 30,000 miles on it, but it would have only been a few $1,000s cheaper. These Toyota 4Runners have been out forever, and there's a reason why. If you're camping, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you know, you're not gonna get stuck. They're durable, they're reliable, and you'll always get where you're going, which is why these 4Runners have built up such a reputation, and they're still making them today. Overall, I'm very, very happy with this car. No plans of selling it anytime soon, and I'm sure it's gonna last me forever. As for future plans for this Toyota 4Runner, like I said, if TRD comes out with a supercharger, definitely picking one of those up. The matte black TRD Pro wheels, you can get the whole set for about $800, and I think it really changes the look of the car, makes it a lot more aggressive, and honestly, I just love the blacked out look on these. Other than that, no immediate plans for this so far. I'm just gonna drive this thing until the ground and see how long it lasts me. Another thing I really love about this interior, strangely enough, is that these blinkers just really click into place, and it just feels really good when you turn them on. So, and like compared to the C63, they're really soft. That's kind of a weird thing I like about the interior.